Look in the mirror. What do you see? A man? Or the shell of what a man should be? The traits society despises in you are often the very same ones keeping you chained to mediocrity. And the worst part? You don't even know they're there. Men, I'm not here to coddle you. We live in a world that's already doing enough of that, feeding you comfortable lies while your potential rots from within. Today, we're diving into the darkest corners of the male psyche to uncover those traits that make others recoil, that sabotage your success, and that kill your dreams before they ever take flight. This isn't about shame. This is surgery. And like all surgery, it hurts before it heals. There's nothing more disgusting than a weak man who pretends he's strong. He talks loud, but folds under pressure, craves love, but offers none, demands respect, but earns nothing. You want to know why the world steps on you? Why women ghost you? Why your so-called friends never invite you when it really matters? It's because they've seen what you refuse to see. You carry the most hated traits a man can have. And no, I'm not talking about your looks. I'm talking about your soul. Let's talk about what truly makes a man hated by others, by women, by the world, and worst of all, by himself. 1. Weakness disguised as strength. The first trait men despise in other men, and what women can smell from a mile away, is false strength. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The loudest man in the room is often the weakest. He's compensating. There's a psychological principle called reaction formation, where you overcompensate in the opposite direction of your deepest insecurities. You see it everywhere. The guy constantly talking about his money usually has none. The man bragging about women is often sleeping alone. The one who can't stop mentioning how alpha he is has never had true power. Jordan Peterson puts it perfectly. A harmless man is not a good man. A good man is a very dangerous man who has that under voluntary control. Think about the lion. Does it roar to convince itself it's a lion? No. True power doesn't need announcement. It's felt. 2. The plague of passivity. Let me tell you about Michael. 28 years old. Decent job. Average appearance. He goes through life accepting whatever scraps fall from the table of opportunity. It's not meant to be. That's just my luck. What can you do? These phrases pollute his vocabulary. Each time he utters them, he hands over his power to circumstance. Passivity is poison. It's slow acting, but it's fatal. The universe rewards action, not intention. While you're planning to start that business, someone with half your intelligence, but twice your courage is already building it. While you're thinking about approaching that woman, someone less attractive, but more decisive is already taking her home. Ask yourself, are you the author of your life, or merely a character in someone else's story? Robert Greene reveals in the 48 Laws of Power, do not wait for a coronation. Power isn't given. It's taken through deliberate action. 3. The self-pity parasite. Nothing, and I mean nothing, repulses others more than a man who wallows in self-pity. My parents didn't love me enough. The system is rigged against me. I never got the opportunities others did. Let me be crystal clear. Nobody cares about your excuses. The world doesn't owe you understanding. It owes you nothing. That childhood trauma? Process it, then use it as fuel. That disadvantage? Turn it into your unique advantage. That rejection? Let forge your resilience. I know a man who grew up in abject poverty, whose father beat him senseless, whose teachers told him he was worthless. Today, he runs a multi-million-dollar empire. Not because his circumstances changed, but because he refused to let his circumstances define him. Self-pity is comfortable. It's the warm blanket of mediocrity. But greatness never bloomed in comfort. 4. The fear of truth. Men hate a liar, especially when that liar is themselves. You know exactly who you are when no one's watching. You know your capabilities, your weaknesses, your potential. Yet you live in denial, constructing elaborate fantasies about why you haven't achieved what you're capable of. I could be rich if I wanted to. I could get in shape, but I don't have time. I could excel, but the timing isn't right. This dishonesty creates what psychologists call cognitive dissonance, the mental stress of holding contradictory beliefs. Your mind knows you're capable, yet your actions show otherwise. This gap doesn't just damage your potential, it fractures your very sense of self. The truth hurts, but lies destroy. 5. The approval addiction. The man constantly seeking validation is like a cup with a hole in the bottom. no amount of external approval will ever fill him. You change your opinions based on who's in the room. You tailor your personality to what others might like. You sacrifice your authenticity at the altar of acceptance. This trait is particularly despised because it signals evolutionary weakness. Throughout history, the leaders, the ones who survived and thrived, weren't those who followed the crowd. They were those who had the courage to stand apart from it. Andrew Tate puts it bluntly: living for others' approval is a prison you build for yourself. Your need for approval isn't just annoying. It's the death of your authentic self. And people don't follow, respect, or desire men who don't know who they are. 6. The victim mentality. Society despises a male victim. Fair or unfair, that's reality. The victim mentality is an emotional parasite. It feeds on your potential and excretes excuses. Life is unfair. They're out to get me. I never catch a break. These aren't observations. They're surrenders. Each time you identify as a victim, you surrender your power to change your circumstance. The harsh psychological truth: victimhood can become addictive. There's a perverse comfort in believing your failures aren't your responsibility. But this comfort comes at the cost of your agency, your very manhood. 7. The envy engine. Envy is the only sin that gives no pleasure. When you see another man's success and feel that burning resentment, you're not just diminishing him, you're poisoning yourself. Psychological research shows that envy activates the same brain regions as physical pain. You're literally hurting yourself because someone else is doing well. The man consumed by envy is like a rat in a wheel, expending enormous energy but going nowhere. While you're obsessing over what others have, you're neglecting to build what you could have. Replace "why him and not me" with "what did he do that I haven't done yet?" These traits aren't your destiny. They're habits, patterns, neural pathways that can be rewired. Every great man you admire had to confront his own shadow, his own weakness, his own excuses. The difference between mediocrity and greatness isn't talent or opportunity. It's the courage to face what's broken within you. Let me tell you about James. 32. Divorced. Broke. Bitter. James came to me, convinced the world had conspired against him. His wife left because women are disloyal. His business failed because the economy is rigged. His health declined because genetics are against me. 6 months later, everything changed. He stopped
Not
blaming
because
his
his
circumstances
improved,
and started examining his
but
role
because his
in a failed
mindset
marriage.
transformed.
He stopped complaining about the economy and started adapting his business model. He stopped using genetics as an excuse and started going to the gym 5 days a week. Today, new relationship, profitable business, healthier than he's been in a decade. So here's your task, your mission, your mandate. Identify which of these traits has its hooks in you. Be ruthlessly honest. This isn't about feeling good. It's about getting better. Once identified, attack it with the fury of a man fighting for his life. Because you are. These traits aren't just annoying characteristics. They're the silent killers of your potential. Replace weakness with strength, not by pretending to be strong, but by acknowledging your weaknesses and working on them daily. Replace passivity with action. Today, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Now, replace self-pity with self-responsibility. Your life, your results. Replace lies with truth, especially the lies you tell yourself. Replace approval-seeking with self-approval. Build a life that makes you proud, regardless of who's watching. Replace victimhood with ownership. Take back the pen and rewrite your story. Replace envy with inspiration. Let others' success fuel your journey, not poison it. The world didn't change. James did. Here's the brutal truth most men will never accept. The traits you hate most in others are often the ones festering within yourself. The world doesn't hate you. It's indifferent to you. It's your job to become the kind of man the world can't ignore. Not through hollow displays of false strength, but through the quiet power of a man who has conquered himself. Society may forgive mediocrity, but you never will. Deep in those 3 a.m. moments of brutal honesty, you know exactly what you're capable of, and that knowledge will haunt you until you become it. The most dangerous man isn't the one who has never fallen. It's the one who has fallen, looked his demons in the eye, and gotten back up, transformed by the encounter. Be that man. The clock is ticking. Your move.